Hello and welcome back to TerraRae. I'm Chelsea, and with this channel I really enjoy experimenting and exploring with natural alternatives. I guess this is an effort to kind of bring back some kind of balance to our very consumerist world. So as you can tell, my hands are purple, and that's because I've been making sauerkraut with purple cabbage. Sauerkraut is known to be a really good probiotic. Probiotic just literally means it's full of good bacteria for your gut. One of the reasons why it's really good to make these kind of things at home with sauerkraut is if you look in the store in the UK or the US, they pasteurize it. Now, I guess it's part of the regulations and stuff, so it kills off all the bad bacteria, but as you're heating something up, which you do in the pasteurization process, you also kill off all the good bacteria. So when you're buying sauerkraut in the store, you get the sour taste from vinegar put in there rather than from the actual microbes. So you don't actually get the probiotic effect unless you buy raw sauerkraut, which is significantly more expensive, as you can see here. Consider how much cabbage is. It's extremely cheap. And when you make it at home, you can make it to your own taste, so you can make it as sour as you like, and you can be sure that it has the bacteria in there. Let's get on with the video so you can see. There are different sauerkraut varieties, so you can use purple cabbage, you can use white cabbage. The most common one is white cabbage, although purple cabbage is used quite often. You can use different ingredients with it, so a lot of the time you will see with the white cabbage people use carrots, and with the purple cabbage people add in apples. So you can add in whatever you like. I'm simply following the original recipe, which is simply just cabbage and salt. So first things first, you need the cabbage, and the next ingredient that you'll need is salt. Now this is so easy. It's so easy. You'll need to chop up the cabbage in very thin slithers. The thinner the better, because the salt will be able to draw more of the liquid out of the thinly chopped cabbage as opposed to the thicker cabbage. However, it's down to personal taste. If you prefer something crunchier, a bit juicier, then maybe the bigger slices will be better for you. So the next stage is you put it into a big bowl or big container of some sort. Don't use metal because that interferes with the flavour. Then you should weigh the cabbage. The reason why we need to weigh the cabbage is because we need to get the salt to cabbage ratio correct. If we don't have it correct, then the fermentation process won't work. So the general rule of thumb is 2 tablespoons of salt per 1 pound of cabbage, and in general an average size is roughly 2 pounds. So if you don't have scales, that might be a bit helpful for you, but if you want to be precise, definitely weigh it. You massage the cabbage to get the salt really in there and to have the water start to be drawn out of the cabbage. And when you've done that, you put a weight on it. So here what I've done is I filled up a glass bowl of water and I've rested it on top of the cabbage to work as a weight, and this will help draw some more of that liquid out of it. You leave it there for about 15 minutes. Once you've taken it off, you massage the cabbage even more and squeeze it as much as you possibly can. We need that liquid to come out. The liquid is important because this is part of the fermentation process. The salt kills off any bad bacteria that will be produced in this mixture. It needs to create the correct bacteria that can only be created submerged in the water. So when you're cutting a cabbage, I highly recommend peeling off that first big leaf, and we'll be using that to kind of top off the mixture to keep everything submerged in the water. So the next thing that we need to do is get a clean container. Again, make sure it's not metal, but anything other than that is fine. We want to put the cabbage that we just massaged into this container, and then we're going to get a utensil and we're going to push it down. We're going to squish it down as much as we can for 2 reasons: to draw some more of that water out, and second of all to bring the water level up to the line of the cabbage. The reason why we do this is because we want to make sure the cabbage is submerged in this brine. this is what will make it ferment. So a lot of people have different methods of keeping this cabbage submerged. A method that I found to be very helpful is just to get the leaf of the cabbage head that we took earlier, and is just to put it on top and push down, and that way you'll submerge all of the cabbage. Now, it's incredibly important to remember that you must take the lid off every single day to release that air, because otherwise your jar will explode, and nobody wants that. And that is it. It's extremely simple, 2 ingredients, and that's it. I've made 2 more jars of sauerkraut, red one and the white one. Basically the same process. You can add in more vegetables if you like, you can add in different flavors, different spices depending on your taste, and just experiment and go wild. See how it goes. Make sure to keep it out of direct sunlight, and the fermentation process varies depending on your own tastes. About 2 weeks to a month. Just make sure you're tasting it to see whether you like it or not. So anyway, I hope this video was really helpful. You were able to make some really good sauerkraut. If you're interested in more videos like this, then please make sure you subscribe. And if you want to keep up to date with the videos that I am uploading, then click the bell icon. And check me out on Instagram, TerraRae. I'll put the little thingy right here for you to see. Thank you for all the comments that I've been getting recently and all the subscribers. I appreciate all the support that you give. Peace out.